Hello everyone. Today I want to take you on a journey to one of the most dramatic and fascinating places in England, Cheddar Gorge and its caves in Somerset. Cheddar Gorge is Britain's largest limestone gorge. Imagine cliffs towering nearly 450 feet high, with a winding road weaving right through the middle. It looks so dramatic. It feels like a slice of the Alps has been placed in the English countryside. The gorge was carved thousands of years ago during the last ice age, when powerful rivers of melting glacial water sliced deep into the Mendip Hills. What we see today is nature's handwork from that ancient time. Fun fact: Cheddar Gorge is so striking, it's often called one of the natural wonders of Britain. The most famous cave here is Gough's Cave. It was discovered in 1890 and it stretches for more than 2 miles. Walking inside is like entering a cathedral of stones. Huge chambers decorated with glittering stalactites and stalagmites, slowly shaped by dripping water over tens of thousands of years. But Gough's Cave is also one of the most important archaeological sites in Britain. In 1903, archaeologists discovered Cheddar here, the oldest complete human skeleton ever found in this country, and it's about 10,000 years old. Did you know DNA tests on Cheddar revealed he probably had dark skin, curly hair, and blue eyes? A surprising reminder that Britain's earliest inhabitants looked very different from what many people imagine. Even more amazing, scientists found that a few local villages today share distant DNA links with him. That means families have been living in the Cheddar area for thousands of years, generation after generation. And then there is cheese. Yes, cheddar cheese. The caves stay at a cool 11 degrees Celsius all year round. With perfect humidity, they're ideal for maturing cheese. To this day, authentic wheels of cheddar are stored inside Gough's Cave. Fun fact: if you buy cave-aged cheddar, it may have spent months quietly ripening underground here. Now, next door is Cox Cave. It was discovered a little earlier in 1837 by George Cox. This cave is smaller and more intimate, but filled with dazzling crystals and reflective pools. Today, it hosts an experience called Dream Hunters. Using lights and sound, it tells the story of prehistoric people who once lived in these caves. It feels almost like stepping into a time machine. Did you know when Victorian tourists first visited Cox Cave, they described it as a fairy palace? For many of them, it was their very first time seeing the strange beauty of stalactites. These caves were not just tourist attractions, they were once homes. Archaeologists have found evidence that Ice Age people lived and sheltered here. They hunted reindeer and wild horses. Some bones show signs of being deliberately cut and broken, which suggests cannibalism. Probably not out of cruelty, but out of necessity for survival. Did you know in 2010 researchers discovered skulls in Gough's Cave that had been carefully shaped into skull caps? Yes, ancient people may have used human skulls as bows. It sounds gruesome, but it shows how different life and rituals were thousands of years ago. With such mysterious caves, of course, there are legends. Locals used it to say that smugglers hid contraband in the passages, and some tales even claimed tunnels stretched all the way to Wales. Fun fact: In Victorian times, visitors were so enchanted by the caves that some called them Brittany's answer to the wonders of the world. Today, Cheddar Gorge and caves are one of Somerset's top attractions. Visitors can explore Goff's Cave, see the Dream Hunters show in Cox Cave, or climb to the cliff tops for sweeping views. Rock climbers, walkers, and wildlife lovers all flock here. Wild goats still roam the cliffs and rare plants grow in the limestone. At the base of the gorge lies the village of Cheddar, birthplace of the famous cheese. The shops sell local cheese, handmade crafts, and of course Somerset cider, a perfect pairing after a day of exploring. So you may ask, why is Cheddar Gorge and its caves so special? Because it is not just a pretty landscape. It's a place where nature, history, and tradition all come together. The rocks tell a story millions of years old. The caves hold the secrets of Brittany's earliest people. And the village still keeps alive ancient traditions like cheese making. Visiting Cheddar is like stepping into a living history book, except you can also eat the cheese. So, next time you hear the word cheddar, don't just think of cheese. Think of towering cliffs, sparkling caves, a 10,000-year-old skeleton, and a landscape that has been home for humans for thousands of years. This is the story of Cheddar Gorge and Caves, a place where the past and the present meet in the most dramatic way. Continue watching the rest of the video and enjoy the rest of so many other interesting things we saw when we visited Cheddar Gorge and Caves. And don't forget to like and subscribe.